our viewers, you're most welcome to our new episode here at the Animal Specialists. I'm Duke Sokajel.
Dr. Hamid.
Thank you. Here are my brothers and my colleagues. We are animal specialists. Today we want to share with you about feed management or feeding of our animals, and specifically we are to talk about pastures. Pastures, these are fodder. These are forage plants which are established by man or by themselves, either in a single or double stand with the legumes and grasses, and purposely for feeding livestock animals. And for me, I'm going to take you through napier grass,
Guatemala, Muchuna.
Now, we are to talk about Guatemala, Muchuna, and the napier grass. And here with me is the napier grass. Napier grass is a fodder plant. Botanically, it's called Pensetum species. You can call it species, or you can call it Pensetum paperum. This plant or this fodder, when you're establishing when you are establishing, you need to open up your land. You need to clear your land. After you clearing, that's the slashing. If it is bushy, you need to do primary tillage in order to secondary tillage. Now after secondary tillage, you come to establishment. When you're establishing this napier, you need to go for resource allocation of the planting materials. We do encourage our farmers not to bring any kind of material, because at the end they are going to affect the productivity of our things. You make sure that you go for stems or stalks which are vigorous and healthy. So now you come, I show you. So when we are talking about management, let's start about management. Management, we have planting. After planting, when you're planting, the number one management is the spacing. How do you space your napier grass? When you're spacing napier grass, we have interrow. We have interrow and the intra-row. So a plant to a plant, or a napier grass plant to another one, we do take 1 meter, and a lane to another lane, we do take 1.5 to 2 meters. Why do we go for that? One, these plants, they have a high biomass, a big biomass or canopy. When they are growing, more so after the first harvest, they are going to bring a number of napier plants or tirers. They are going to tear up more. So now if you provide enough space or proper spacing, you're going to minimize competition. You're going to minimize competition. You're going to minimize pest spread, and you're also going to have a good management practices like weeding, pest and disease control, harvesting. So that is it. So another thing in napier, we have parasite and disease control. You see, you have issues like this. We are having cases like this. These are the parasites. Oh, sorry, not parasites. These are the pests. We are to take you through an episode of pests. So when you're controlling pests, we control them. Pests, we control them in a number of ways. We have ecological way, we have chemical way, we have physical or mechanical way, we have biological way. I'm to start with the biological way. When you're controlling pests biologically, you introduce a predator. You do what we call predation. For instance, if you're near If your pasture garden is near your maybe poultry unit, you can let them, maybe in the evening, that is semi-intensive, you let them roam around. They are going to hunt, they are going to do predation. They will hunt. Yeah, we usually use turkeys here. We usually use turkeys, though our turkey structure or enterprise is a bit far because we are at the end of the enterprise. So we usually use turkeys. They feed on these pests. That is the biological way. Then chemical way, we use chemical to control pests, and the chemical which are responsible for the controlling of pests is called pesticides. We have chemicals like cypermethrin. Mostly here we use cypermethrin, duduathromycin. So those pesticides, like in trade name, we have like duducyper, we have rocket, etc. Tough go. However, if you're handling chemicals, you need to understand which pests am I handling or tackling. There are pests which need a systemic kind of handling, and there are pests which need direct handling. In our new episode, we shall tell you all those pests and the chemicals which are used. That is chemical way. Then ecological way, this is where we tackle the inoculation point of inoculant, where these pests come from. And we do that by controlled burning or bush burning. We do that by by mostly controlled bush burning, and also we can use we can locate where they come from and we trap them. Since we don't want them to come into extinction, we can just trap them and we keep them somewhere. We are scientists, we don't need these things to come to extinction, because amidst of their impact they exert on our plants, they also have other benefits like for study and etc. So those are the things we can control. We can manage as pest and disease management. Then for diseases, we mostly use fungicides, orthozone, mancozeb, etc. We use fungicides and are the one we use. A farmer may ask me, how long do you take to harvest? Harvesting this Napier grass, we take 3 to 4 months, depending. Ceteris paribus, leaving other factors are constant, we take 3 to 4 months. When we talk about other factors constant, we are meaning the rainfall, we are meaning the pH, we are meaning the soil fertility, we are meaning a number of aspects. So like that is it. Now when it comes to feeding management, when you're feeding your animals, we don't encourage farmers to feed animals to only one species. These ones are grasses. So when you're feeding, you must mix it with the regimes. And here, move with me, I show you some regimes we do feed with. Here. Here, come. So here is our pasture. Here is our pasture, and our things are doing well. We mulched. Someone may ask me, what is the importance of mulching? Mulching increases the fertility of the soil. Mulching maintains the soil moisture, and also mulching it suppresses the weed development. So I think that's all about it, mulching. However, we don't encourage mulching using wetty pastures or pastures which haven't dried. Some of them are parasitic and some of them they are toxic. So if you use them, they can produce other chemicals or substances which may be of a rampant effect to our to our pastures. So we talk about feeding. For instance, you cut the napier and you mix with it our velvet beans. Velvet beans. Now, when we are talking about feeding, when you're feeding your animals, you need to balance the diet. So here is our plantation for velvet beans. Call it muchuna. This feed is so good too. It is nutritious, proteinous. This pasture is good in iron, and this pasture, why we like it so much? Just see, it has a good biomass, and it grows faster. Then another thing with this pasture, it is that it is very easy to establish, and even when you're purchasing the seeds, they are fairly cheap. I think that's all I can talk about this. Yes.
Yeah, on addition, this is Guatemala Tripsacum laxum. It's a fodder plant. It grows like maize. It has a very high biomass. This one is good for those people using the zero grazing method, where they provide grass to their animals that are confined in a certain place. This one takes about 3 months to grow to full maturity. It has characteristics of maize, even like how you're seeing the leaves. It is harvested. We harvest it three times in a year. The spacing here, we used 1.5 meters by 1.5 meters. That's why it is establishing itself in kind of uniform manner. To cultivate Guatemala, the soil should be fertile and well drained. It should be having some good moisture content. This Guatemala is best for dairy animals. When we harvest it, we ferment this Guatemala for a week in order to prevent the bad odor of the milk. So this one chases away poverty in our homes, because right now I think it's the most selling pasture in the country. Thank you.
Wow, thank you. Farmers, just to add something small, when you're opening up your land, you endeavor to put the drainage. Another doctor, I think you can say doctor passing via drainage. It simplifies your activities. Yeah, you do kind of paddocks, and the things will be on well. Thank you for your support. Thank you for your subscription. Love you. Thank you. We meet in a new episode. Thank you.